Welcome to the Wrench and Ramble Show with your host, Shawn and Kirk.
Hey, Shawn. How you doing? I am not ready. Whipping the microphone around and getting it in front of me here. But hey, we got Jeff here.
Still adjusting to daylight savings time, huh?
Yep, definitely. And trying to get it all figured out and getting it ready to roll. So anyway, so Sunday night instead of Saturday night. And guys, it's not my fault. I didn't do the change. I know everybody likes to make me the guilty party. Matt's friend is responsible for Sunday night. So we're trying Sunday night. We're going to see what happens here and see what people think about it and see if people like it on Sunday night. So anyways, what's new, Shawn?
Not a whole lot. Just last night, we went to the orchestra. So it was actually Nightmare Before Christmas. They had live orchestra playing the movie and stuff. So took the kids to that. That was sort of fun.
Sounds good. Hey, BC, welcome aboard. And well, let's go ahead and dive in with Tool of the Day.
It's that time for Tool of the Day.
Is there no audio?
Oh, there was. I don't know what happened to the video there. Missed. Yeah. There we go.
Oh, that guy was off.
It's a ring camera.
Okay.
He got smoked by an owl.
Wow. All right, let's do that one again.
Just mowing along, ring camera catches it, all of a sudden, woof. No bracing at all. And he just went completely over.
Oh my God.
It was pretty hard. It was enough to knock him over. Some of these you wonder if they're like AI videos, but that one seemed like it was pretty real.
Yeah, let's.
Just at the nick of time.
Yeah.
You know, because people like do roller coasters and stuff, and then the birds smack them in the face when they're going around. Like, this isn't any different. I mean, aren't owls nocturnal animals? They're not used to being out and about during the day, are they?
Yeah, I don't know. You know, I drove home on, I think it was Friday night, and I pulled up in the driveway, and we've talked about my apple tree that I've got in my front yard, right?
Yeah.
The deer are there, and they're standing right by the sidewalk. And I just pull up, and they just stay there. They're like, we're chomping down. We're not leaving. You better not come close. And so I started walking up my sidewalk because I would have been like within a couple feet of them. I'm like, I don't want them charging, trying to get into my place or anything. So I opened up the garage door, went in the garage door, but I couldn't believe it. They just didn't move.
You're afraid the deer were going to invite themselves in and come have dinner with you?
Yep. And I didn't have the video camera going to get it. So,
hey, it would have been a pet for your daughter.
That's all I need, right?
You got apples. You don't have to worry about feeding it.
Yeah. There we go. All right. So let's roll with featured product.
Now for today's featured product.
Is this a water tower they're painting?
That's not water tower. It's like some commercial industrial area, but I thought it was pretty sweet because it has a magnet that holds it to the metal, and then the wheels run it up and down, and then it can paint it. I mean, that's so easy because you always hear about people getting hurt and stuff. Like there was a guy, you saw that like a couple weeks ago in town here. He fell out of a cell tower or something.
No, I did.
Yeah. So it just, I saw this and I was like, maybe they need to have some of that for the other type of stuff. So, because I always wondered how they did that sort of thing. I mean, it's so dangerous. Like, how would you paint something that's round like a water tower?
Right.
But
That's
a magnet
wild.
makes sense.
Usually I think they go up and they tack rods on there, and then they drop drapes over them, and then they go up and they do it for sandblasting, and then I think also for painting there. And they do the pulleys up, and then they somehow go up and detach the rods that they welded onto the metal. But that looks like a pretty cool idea. So have you seen the TVs that they have now? They just started to do something this summer. So they have the TVs that have suction cups on the back of them. And you go, and they're picture frame TVs. They're 50 inches wide. And you go and you put it up on the wall, and it has a leveling, or on the screen, it has a level for vertical and horizontal level. So you level it, and then it'll tell you the height off the ground too. And then you press the button, and the TV sticks to the wall and just sticks to the wall. And it's battery powered. And then it has a sound bar underneath. If you use the sound bar underneath, your charge is like 10 hours or something. But if you just run off the TV charge itself, the battery that's in the TV, I think you've got like 3 hours charge time.
So the suction cups will stick to like drywall with texture on it?
Anything, yeah.
Huh.
And not only that, you can take 4 of these 50-inch TVs, get 4 50-inch TVs, and you can push them together, and they interlock, and so you can have a 200-inch TV that's suction cupped to your wall. And the sound bars are supposedly incredible on them for the sound. Pretty cool.
Yeah, that is pretty cool.
All right. So now let's see. What do we got here? Yeah. And BC said, hey, good thing the safeties are working on that more. I agree. You know what? I noticed that thing stopped real fast too. So nobody's been messing with that mower.
Could have ended up like the lady last week. The mower just takes off. That thing would have hauled probably. He's moving wrong. So I mean,
yeah. So okay. So what do we got? Did we do any breaking news?
I think I forgot.
All right. Well,
put one in there.
Yeah. Okay. Let's do Bible Minute here.
Time for today's Bible Minute.
Religion versus relationship. Religion and religious people will pile on you loads and loads of guilt. They tower over you with their self-righteousness to make you feel that you are way beneath them in order to keep you in that spirit of control over your life. I've seen it countless times. It's a cancer to spirituality and chases so many people away from even the thought of a relationship with Christ. Now, Christ, on the other hand, is a real heart-to-heart relationship. It's your heart connected spiritually in union with Christ's heart. He leads you to himself by kindness while acknowledging your flaws. You will definitely ask by leading you spiritually to lay down some things in order to take away the fun in your life. It's never about taking the fun away in your life. It's about getting the things in your life out, completely out of your life so that you can have a healthier form of existence on this planet. It's never about taking things away from you so that you have a more boring life. But he leads you by kindness. He leads you to acknowledge your flaws, and then he empowers you to lay those flaws down. That's the whole thing. We don't have to do it in our own strength. Christ empowers us through his Spirit to live a better life, to live a healthier life. And that's what grace is. It's the empowerment of God through the Spirit that gives us the ability to do this. Religion is corrupting this world. It has been for countless centuries, but there is a lot of people waking up to the true fact of relationship, especially in the last like 20 years. I just see so many people latch on to the real. So just my little 2 cents today. Hope you guys are having a good weekend.
I like
so if
that.
you don't know who this is, it's Brian Welsh. He's a band member of the band Korn. I don't know if you ever heard of them.
Yep.
K with K, not a C.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, he was a hard rocker, man. He's still a hard rocker, but back in the day, I mean, drug, sex, rock and roll, anything you could think of. And he came to Christ, and he actually left the band for a while and started a ministry. And then he rejoined with the band, but he's very vocal on his relationship with Jesus, and he's the real deal. If you listen to a lot of his stuff, it just comes from the heart. There's no crap in it, no fluff. I mean, that's what people need to hear, stuff like that. He's got the platform where he can reach a lot of people that you and I could never reach. So it's pretty cool to see what God's done in his life.
So it was amazing today. This morning, I was sitting with one of the elders at my church, and we had 827 people in attendance. And right after Charlie Kirk was knocked off, we had people parking in the grass, and just it went crazy, and a lot of single people coming in. But we had less cars in our parking lot today, and we had more people than when we had right after that. So it's amazing on the transformation on the number of people that are coming together into church.
Friends.
Yeah, so that's exciting to know. And when we were talking, I had said, what I want to do is not necessarily see 1,000 people show up to church, but I want to see the one person that we all see, that we say there's no hope for them, the one that we think that can't be saved, the one that we think that isn't going to do the work, show up and do the work and do the transformation and become the example of the person that we all think wouldn't be the example. Because if we sit there and we see that in our lives, for those of us who are believers, those of us who are followers, they are going to become our mentors, and they're going to be the ones that drive us to work harder, to do better.
See, the people that, I always see that are like in a really bad place and stuff, those are the people that are open to change, that are open to hearing the word of God. I mean, sometimes in their life they aren't, but when they, start listening to it, they really dig in deep. Those are like the people that really have solid transformations and stuff. It's just, there's so many stagnant Christians out there that just know enough to be dangerous. You know what I mean? The ones that pretend like they have everything together, that they're better than everybody, like he's talking about, the religious people. Those are the dangerous ones. Those are the ones you got to watch out for, because they do a lot of damage, like he was talking about. They do a lot of damage to people that are really, really in a dark place and can't get themselves out of there. And they just pound on them while they're down instead of trying to lift them up. Because I can't judge somebody's heart, but they're not showing Christ's love to these people. They actually make the situation worse. And the church, honestly, would be better off with people like that not in church.
Right.
Like it needs to be a place where anybody can go, anybody can get lifted up, and the holier than thou country club crap just needs to go. And there is another plug for my book. I wrote a book about this stuff. So if you are so inclined and interested, you can buy the book on Amazon. It's called Atypical Christian. So it's got a picture of an angel / demon on the front. And I think it would be very good read for a lot of you guys. If you don't really care a whole lot about religion, there's a lot of stuff in there. I point out the religious people, if you're a follower of Christ and you want to learn more, see some blind spots in your life, there's some of that. There's some self-reflection stuff. There's empowerment. There's betterment. There's a whole bunch of that stuff. And that's why I like Brian so much in his videos, because he's not afraid to say what is on his mind and what he's thinking. And I try to do the same thing in the book. And, you know, he doesn't care if he offends people, because the people he's offending are the religious people, the ones that think they're better than you and I. So those are the people that need to get offended. You know, he's there for the guy trying to, you know, shepherd the sheep back to Jesus. So, you know, hopefully I can do some of that with my book too.
Yeah, I definitely recommend it. And there's a really good chapter in Shawn's book too. So we'll see if you guys can pick.
Yeah, I should have put you on the cover. I should have just had you like smiling, like. Then people have been like, what the hell kind of book is that? I'm just going to pick it up and read it because there's this bald guy that looks like Mr. Clean / Uncle Fester on the front.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, did you Uncle Fester yourself for Halloween?
I did not Uncle Fester myself. It turned out we had such a busy day and I was really tired, and I just decided I wasn't going to do the whole get up, but I've done it in the past, and I've got the light bulb. And I'll have to look around and dig the picture up, and maybe we can have it on next week's.
I think next week you need to post the picture and see what everybody thinks.
We'll do that. Yeah, but what was it? My daughter was telling me I'm trying to think of the other guy that my daughter wanted to do.
Gru?
No. I'll have to see if I think of it, but I could probably have done that one too. Anyways, can't think of it. But you know what? The other thing that was cool that happened this week is that we have speaker meetings that happen at our recovery group, and we do them if we have a fifth 5 weeks in a month. We do speaker meetings on those months. So I actually did the speaker meeting. I was the featured speaker, and I got several comments back from people. I got calls, text messages, and somebody even said my speech was eloquent.
This is recovery.
You get a laugh on that one.
Were they high when they said?
You know what? It was the best I've ever done. How
many people were there? Was it like a big group?
I'd say we had 25, 30 people. And my life group actually showed up. Most of my life group showed up.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah. And my life group and I were talking. And now we started in 2017 together.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just sitting there thinking, I'm like, how messed up everybody was in my life group and where we're at today. We just laughed about it because, I mean, it was such a disaster of a group, and how everybody's pulled together, and you know, things have just settled down. And it's not that everybody still doesn't have a bunch of problems. I mean, there are major problems, but how we deal with our problems have changed. It's huge. So I'd recommend you do a life group. Definitely worth it.
That's cool.
So, all right. So now we're going to go ahead and we'll roll with, why don't we jump into, we'll do everything you don't talk about, politics for 100, I guess. Let me see if I got it here.
Current politics with Shawn and Kirk.
How partisanship works, because he says, I'm not a partisan, I'm an ideologue. And the difference is a partisan will always fall in line. So if your president is doing the bad thing, you're going to find a rationale to just support him regardless of what you had said when the previous president was doing it. But if you're an ideologue, you have a set of principles and you try to behave consistent with those principles. And that means that you can, in fact, work with Dennis Kucinich, who's on the other side, who also has a set of principles. And you saw that a lot when Congressman Paul was on the Hill. He found people on the left that seemed pretty consistent. Like Dennis Kucinich, I think you correct me if I'm wrong, but he was saying the same thing when Obama was doing.
So yeah, I thought this made a good point. So, like, politics is usually tribal. Let's just say probably maybe 75 or 80% of each party's base is tribal. They're just gonna vote straight ticket. Their guy's great. They walk on water. Everything's perfect. I might not like a couple things there, but I'm not going to say anything bad about them. Would you agree?
Yeah, I would agree.
So then you have that, 20% or so of us on each party that are like, hey, this is what we believe. It doesn't matter who the president is or who's in charge, whatever the elected leader is. If they go against our principles and our beliefs, we have the integrity to step up and say, hey, that's not right. You shouldn't be doing that. And then we get criticized by the 80% telling us that we're like the other side, and both sides do this. So there's always about 20% of each side that always gets pushed away by the people that just always do what they're told to do. And right. I think it's funny because I think this video was about Thomas Massey. And if you know who Thomas Massey is, he is a straight shooter. He's like a constitutionalist. He always tries to do everything within the confines of the Constitution. And it drives people like Trump and some of the other ones crazy because he will not bow and kowtow to these people just because they want to push some agenda through. If it violates his principles of the Constitution, he'll just step up and, vocally say it. Well, now Trump's trying to run a primary candidate against him to get him removed, but I don't think the people of Kentucky are going to remove him. He's a solid straight shooter, and they're getting everything that they voted for with him.
Well, and I think politics, there's actually a huge issue and a huge shift that I think we're going to see that's coming. I think it's here. And I think that because everybody has gotten into social media so much. You watch YouTube, you have people of all age ranges watching different media outlets, and you have so many different media outlets that you can choose from that people aren't watching the ABC, CBS, NBC, and that went away with CNN and MSNBC and Fox. But even now, Fox, MSNBC, CNN, and even those outlets have lost, and we're really fragmenting our political viewpoints. And even so you get down into local, and it's really somewhat in ways that don't know what's going on. And so you have tribal people that are going into tribe. And so to actually stick with one specific candidate, I think our political parties are going to be fragmented more in the future here because of that.
Yeah, and look at John Fetterman on the Democrat side. He's a perfect example. He stands up for Israel. He stands up for, pro-worker, middle-class guy. And they just beat the crap out of him on the left side because they want the socialist and all this other crap. But he stays consistent. He's not just a yes man on everything. He'll get out and speak against them, and it ticks him off because he just won't toe the line with them.
Right.
So personally with me, what? I said personally with me, I respect somebody like that, like a John Fetterman, way more than I do people that are on the right just because they vote straight party ticket. Like, those people disgust me. I just hate it when people just go along to get along and they won't ever look at anything that these people stand for and see if they're just telling them the truth and they're consistent. I mean, I want people that are truthful and consistent. I don't think that's far out there. I think that's something normal. I think that's how things have always been. And I think now everything's just covered with lies. And then people try to silence you through cancel culture. Oh, you can't say that. Oh, you can't do this. It's like, no, I can say whatever I want. If you don't like it, plug your ears, close your eyes. Like it doesn't really matter, you know?
Right. BC says too much propaganda on the news. Yep, absolutely.
And you know, a lot of that, you got to remember though too, they do this stuff for ratings because it's clickbait and they generate ad revenue off of people engaging. So they'll run a story and they'll sway it one way or another. Because if they run something and they sway it towards the liberal side, then they know conservatives are going to go on that platform and they're going to start bashing it. And then the Democrats are going to hit back and start bashing the Republicans. Like they create all these little triangles and fires so that way it stirs up the content there so they generate the revenue. It's all about views and clicks. So I mean, that's why they do it.
So now, why didn't you send me? Now you've got somebody in your shop that's running for office, right, Matt? You know,
no, he looks like he's bald.
Okay, but you know, how come you didn't share that video? You did a short there.
There's a Halloween video. Halloween's over, bud.
Okay,
we're on Christmas. November 1st is when Christmas starts. You weren't taking notes. I mean, Halloween died the 31st. Christmas is November, and I know people are going to give me hate on that, but this is when officially Christmas season starts. You know what? I went to 3 different stores today, and every single one of them were playing Christmas music, so they are in agreements with me.
Okay, all right. So did we do? We didn't do Bon Appetit yet here, so we'll go ahead and jump into food.
Bon appetit.
Have you ever seen this guy's videos?
No.
This isn't AI. He actually does this stuff all the time. So everything on that is edible.
That is absolutely amazing.
Edible colors, edible everything. So he just makes the molds and forms a chocolate or fondant or whatever it is and builds these really cool masterpieces. I mean, I can't even imagine how many hours went into doing something like that, but it's pretty sweet. The stuff looks realistic when he's done. And it's like I said, it's all edible. You wouldn't even want to eat it. I'd feel bad taking like a number off of there or something and eating it because it's just a beautiful work of art.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. So I sold 2 pocket watches, railroad pocket watches this week, by the way. And they brought some big money. I got some bids on them, and they were right around $100 each. And the pocket watches ended up bringing almost $900 for the pair.
There you go.
So they really went. They did good. BC says, "Remember the View? Absolute garbage." I try not to, BC. I try not to, but I agree.
Like the View, I couldn't even watch it. Like it wouldn't even be entertaining to me. They're just they're yappy nappy women that are just screechy. I mean, they're just it's so it's repulsive. It's not even a thing you want to watch. I mean, I watch stuff that educates me, that interests and informs. There's even political stuff on the right that I can't stand that just annoys the crap out of me. It has to be engaging and entertaining. Wouldn't you agree? I mean, not just rambling on about something.
Definitely.
Like there's a lot of like talk radio stuff that drives me nuts, but I've got a couple that I just lock into that I really like, and that's the only stuff I'll listen to, because the other stuff I can't stand, even if they believe the same way as I do.
So let's jump into funny.
For today,
Dana White.
and how did you get rich?
I sell fights for a living.
What do you mean?
I'm the CEO of the UFC.
And you're running $1 billion company.
Multi-billion-dollar
A
company.
multi-billion-dollar company. I'm going to challenge you right now. Take me back to the most life-changing conversation that you've ever had. What is the greatest advice that you ever received throughout your career?
May God have mercy upon my enemies, because I won't.
There's no mercy for the competition.
No, there's no mercy for the competition. When you build something great and you're making money, everybody's coming. Everybody's coming for you to try to take a piece or take you down. And if you don't jump out of bed every day and strap up and get ready to go to war, you're never going to make it.
Have you ever been afraid of competition?
No, I love competition.
Why?
I mean, I just did the 60 Minutes interview, and they asked me, we asked around about you, and what do you think people said? And I knew they were going to say loyal, right? And what do you think other people said? Bully. Anybody that said I was a bully tried to compete with me and lost.
You got their asses kicked.
Yeah, that's how it works. If you want to pick a fight, there's a winner and a loser in a fight, and I love that shit.
You brought up loyal, though. How important is it to keep your word in business?
It's everything. Think about this. COVID is just the perfect example.
And real quick, for my audience, for the people that don't understand this, during COVID, every major sports organization, they were shutting down.
Right.
They're done. You decided to go out to the Middle East and you pioneered the business out there. Why did you do that?
Yeah. You have all these employees and these people who show up every day and work hard for you. And the shit hits the fan. It's the scariest time in the world. And just because of money, you're going to just let all these people go. Good luck to you, everybody. I hope you can figure out groceries and toilet paper and whatever else it is. Then everything turns around and comes back. Who the fuck would want to work for you? This motherfucker's a battleship. We go into battle every day, and we're either all going down together or not at all. So if your people are loyal to you, then you're loyal to your people.
Dana, if me and you died tomorrow and you had one more guiding principle to leave with the younger generation, what would that be?
I say this all the time. I see a lot of this younger generation. They just seem weak to me.
So let me ask you this. I'm 23. How old are you?
I'm 56.
So whose generation works harder, yours or mine?
Oh, my fucking generation will run you motherfuckers over and then back over you again.
But you think it's easy to stand out in my generation?
100%.
And how can somebody stand
Look
out?
at what you've done. Look at your success and look at what you've done. You know how you did it. That's why you're asking all the right questions. You know what it takes. A lot of the kids in this generation, I don't see it. There's never been more opportunity for guys like you.
I love it. You got amazing advice, my friend.
All right, buddy.
Thank you so much, man. I appreciate you, man. Yeah,
Pleasure.
You're a massive inspiration.
Thank you.
So when I was out in Vegas, I was right by where they do the UFC fights, and I didn't realize. I mean, the arena is. I would think it would be a lot bigger out there, and it's not as big as what I thought it would be. So,
yeah. So like he's dead on here. So I'll tell you a little story. Like he talks about getting up ready to fight. So when I had the lawn and landscape business, so over by the main mall in town, okay, I had my competitor. He had all the restaurants there. There was like 7 or 8 restaurants, and he was their provider for all that stuff. And it was called Greg's Restaurant Row. He was like so proud of this. He had the mall, he had the other businesses right there, and he just like dominated and had all of it. So then I was like, you know what? Screw Greg. It's going to be Shawn's Restaurant Row. So over the course of 2 years, I took the mall from him. I picked off all those businesses one by one until I got them all. And that became Shawn's Restaurant Row instead of Greg's Restaurant Row. And that just gave me the satisfaction. I didn't even underbid the guy. I was just better at what I did than him. And I got that whole restaurant row and it had my name on it. So you can think that's cocky or what, but it's the same stuff with him. You got to get up every day ready to fight because the next guy's going to be there to try to take you down.
right. Okay. So let's jump into. Let's do Kirk's Car Moment.
Today's episode of Kirk's Car Corner.
Oh, Car Corner. I'm sorry. Okay, so
Car moment? Is that what you said? Car moment?
Whatever.
I think you had a senior moment.
Yeah, I did. So, I think we're going to do the Jaguar segment, but because I haven't been doing anything with my Jaguar, I'm going to show a car that This car looks like mine.
I thought you were going to show us a video of you pushing it.
Yeah, that's next week. But yeah, so we'll just kind of take a look at this one here. This one's it's got the wire wheels on it. I actually have the wire wheels for mine sitting in the garage. Mine's the same color.
Oh, you have wire wheels that look like that?
Yeah, I do. Yep, and I have brand new tires on them. They're sitting in the garage. But the only thing different on this car is mine's got this car actually has a 5-speed manual transmission in it, which is
and it drives too.
Yes, it drives, it runs. But so I thought
your hood opens that way too.
Yes, it does, exactly like that. And so,
why do they do that? I'm just curious. I've never seen one do that.
I don't know, but it's kind of cool, and it's just neat, and it's not that hard to take the hood off the car. So, and to remove it, it's actually called the bonnet, not the hood. It's the bonnet.
The bonnet?
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Yeah. So get it right. It's the bonnet, and the trunk lid is the boot.
The boot?
The boot. And so
is that what country does that originate? German?
No, it's a British car.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. So Jaguar and Land Rover were British cars.
Okay.
And
they're odd over there anyway, like with their terminology and stuff.
Right. And so, like for fog, the fog lights are like your tail lights and your turn signals. You hit the fog lights, and the fog lights become brighter on the car. But I figured I'd share a little bit on my car. And so here's the deal with my Jaguar, and so on mine, it's just my car has a story. It's not just from being a mechanical one, but a personal one. It belonged to my best friend, and he had bought it brand new. And he, at one point, he put it away in his garage, and I drove the car back in 2003, and the car just drove beautiful. It was in perfect condition, but then he put it away, and he didn't really drive it, and he just let it sit in the motor and ended up getting seized up. So we had to soak it for like 4 years to get this motor to free up so we could actually turn over the motor. And oddly enough, this motor did turn over. So we got it turned over last year so we could actually, we used a breaker bar to break it free. And in my car, it's an 84 Jaguar XJ6 Phantom Plow. It's got about 50,000 miles on it. And I've done a ton of work on it to get it to the point where it is. Ton of mechanical work. All the fuel system, the brake systems, everything are all ironed out. And I've done a ton to the injectors and mass airflow sensor, all that stuff. But they made like 165,000 of the Series 3 Jaguars. So there's a ton of these cars, and they do have a lot of the same bugs that we've run into. So there's not a lot of them that are running on the road. And so I have that I kind of toss back and forth because the car only has 50,000 miles. The paint is in beautiful shape. In the interior, the seats are dry rotted, the foam's dry rotted. So I do have to replace that. And I have to replace the leather in the seats, and then the wood in the dash. I've toyed with the idea of doing something that's called resto modding. And so resto modding, if you don't know what that is, I'll go in there. I'll put new gauges in it, and so the gauges will be digital. But I've seen these. I found these gauges, and I wished I would have brought up pictures. But they turn like, they almost look like a Rolex watch to them. They have the thin lines on them, and they go back and forth, but it's digital brown gauges, and they just look really cool. And then I thought, what I might do is take do new burled walnut in there, and have fiber optic lights recessed into the burled walnut, so I get a nice ambient glow in the car when I'm driving it. And if I went down the road like I was able to drive it pretty far at one point this summer, that I got it up to around 75 miles an hour. Car just floats like a dream, and so really cool. But I'm down to, as far as my problem on the car stalling, I figured out it's in the distributor, and they're not making new distributors, and so they make aftermarket distributors. That there's one that's called 123 Ignition, and you can actually have a Bluetooth connection to it to adjust the distributor. So you drop it in, and then your Bluetooth can adjust it. The other one is Pertronics, and the Pertronics is used more often, but the 123 is supposedly a better distributor. I need to do a little bit more research on it to figure out which one I'm going to actually do. So I've just decided right now, I'm just kind of taking a break from it. I'm letting it sit in the garage. And I think, towards the end of the month, maybe in December, I'll probably pull the trigger and decide what I'm going to do about the ignition. And then also I'm going to plan out, am I going to do the Rustum mod style and put the new climate control system in? If I do that, then I can put in a full DIN mount stereo system with the navigation and all that, and have all that in there and modernize it a little bit. And I'm pretty sure I can make this car a car that I could go out and take on the highway and literally run it across country, because there's all the stuff that there's some really great things about this car, about it being really solid and just a wonderful car to drive, especially at high speeds. In the rear end on the car, street riders take the rear ends out of these cars. They're independent rear suspensions. You can put like 1,500 horsepower against the rear end and not bust it.
Yeah.
And so it's just bulletproof on the rear end. So but the electronics, I just have to get that figured out. And if I come in with like the Rustum mod way, then I'm replacing the air conditioning control units and getting rid of all those electronics that are prone to causing problems on these cars. And so that's kind of my goal with it. So we'll see what I do over the winter. And I figure, maybe each week I could work on the car a little bit, and then we can talk about it. I might actually sit there and polish it out. And so, yeah, you know what? And I'll wrap it up with that, because Shawn can't talk about this stuff.
No, I can't talk about it, but I'm sure you could ramble on some more about it.
Okay. All right. So we'll go ahead and move on to the next segment then.
I'll be right back. Did you check your phone?
Yeah. I did.
Okay. I'll be right back.
Okay. So, anyways, well, I tell you what, I misunderstood Shawn's message. So I'm going to go ahead and we'll jump back on the car here and talk a little bit more about that. He's got something that he has to take care of right this moment. Maybe we can do that. Oh, I missed it here. We'll jump back into it. But yeah, so anyways, with the Jag, I just, I went and I got 2 sets of tires and wheels for the car, actually, too. And I just haven't put the wire wheels on, but I got the little spinner hubcaps on it to go on there. And then I've got to make the decision on with the leather interior what I'm going to do, whether I'm going to get seat covers and have somebody come in and redo the seat covers as well, or if I'm just going to have them done by a shop here. So in BC, you drive a 1990 Jeep YJ. What's a YJ look like? Is that is that let me see here. Let's take a look here. See if I can bring that up. How long have you had that? Oh, it's a Wrangler. Okay. All right, cool. Yeah. Hey, a buddy of mine had one of those, and I remember he now his was older. It would have been back in the 80s, and I drove past where his workplace was one night. It's like I'm coming home from cruising the avenue, and his Jeep was sitting on they had these huge logs in the parking lot that they had for parking to block. And so it's foggy out and you can barely see anything. But I look over and his Jeep's sitting there, and somebody had taken a log, rolled it underneath his truck, tilted his truck up, and stole the wheels off and left the log sitting underneath the Jeep. And so it was kind of funny with it. We ended up finding him some new wheels and tires, but I called him and I said, "Hey, yeah, your wheels and tires just got taken off of there." And then, what was it? A few years later, he pulled into like a Tyson's or a farm store, and I looked over and it was across from my apartment, and he had the soft doors on his Jeep. So I ran over while he was in the store, and I took the soft doors off of his Jeep and ran over to my house. Of course, he knew he came right to my place and he said, "Give me my doors back." And so, but yeah, Jeeps are cool vehicles. Now, there's somebody's running around with one that has a double rear axle on the Jeep on a new one, and I don't know if somebody if they customized that or if Jeep actually built that or not. But yeah, so cool cars are definitely cool, that's for sure. So all right, and so now we got Shawn back here.
All right. Just had a little emergency. We're good.
So, here
all my fingers.
The funny thing is that I thought you said you're rambling too much.
No, I told you to ramble. You ramble.
Yeah. Okay. So
we were in a segment where it was like in your little niche where you can like just keep going on and on and on. And I was just like, okay, get that Alzheimer's moment where you just like keep repeating yourself. And
you totally ruined the moment with that because I ruined the moment because I read your text message wrong and because I had more to say, to add there. So
you thought I was trying to shut you up?
Yeah.
No, I was telling you just to keep talking, just to keep squawking about whatever you're talking about.
That's good. That's good. Well, you know what? We need to get to. Let me see what else we have. We knocked off money, and we got the feature project. So we're down to this and that tonight. So
yeah, just a bunch of random stuff.
Let's jump into. So you're going back into the lawn care business, is what you're saying?
Yeah, no. It says that's what finding lawn care help in 2025 looks like. No, that's what finding lawn care help in 2015 looked like. It looks exactly the same. You can vouch for that.
Yeah, I'll agree, definitely.
I saw that and I just got a chuckle, and I was so thankful that I have no part of that anymore.
Yeah, definitely.
See, this is a chainsaw that you could probably operate.
You think so?
I don't know. To get you one.
So is this AI?
No, it's real. They make them for old people.
Yeah, right.
Do you really think she'd be cutting down a tree that big with that saw?
That's a good point. Yeah.
And why would you need wheels?
And it's funny. Look at her saw too. She's got the handle on it. She doesn't have the top handle on her saw.
She's not even squeezing the throttle. Grandma means business, though.
That's true. That's true. She's proud. That's good. All right.
Playing that over and over.
Is this guy got sound? No.
I don't know if it does or not. Moped engine. Look how fast it is. Over 200 miles an hour.
Wow.
Yeah, that's insane. It's not really even a saw. It's just something he made into a saw. Like it's not like a modified saw. He took an engine like out of a moped and then put a saw on it. So I thought that was pretty cool.
All right. So Yamaha moped story. I had one of those little red Yamaha mopeds, 1980s, and didn't have money for gas. Wanted to go see my girlfriend. I was driving, lived about 19 miles out of the main town. And so I was driving my moped in on the back roads. So my dad had heat on the shelf. And so I poured heat into the for fuel.
Seriously?
And, yeah, it went like 55 miles an hour with the 35 mile an hour governor on there.
I'm sure it did.
I mean, yes, it flew, but
for a while, works really good for a while.
Yeah, and then my dad kept on coming out. Where's my heat?
Oh, jeez.
Yep. So it was funny.
Did you wear a helmet when you rode that?
No, I didn't.
Really?
I didn't. And then there was one other time we were going out. I had a Yamaha IT-125 enduro bike as well. That wasn't a street legal bike, but it had a headlight on it. It had a tail light, but it didn't have brake light. So I put the moped license plate on. We taped the moped license plate onto the fender of the IT-125. I'm sitting at the gas station, and the local cop pulls up. He looks at the bike. He runs it. It says Yamaha. And he sit there. I mean, I know he did everything except for he didn't walk up to me and ask me for registration. Didn't ask me for anything. He didn't ask me for a license. He just ran my plate. And it was for my mobile. The bike wasn't even street legal. Never busted me. I was like, I thought I'm screwed, you know.
Man, you're a rebel. I bet you got pulled over all the time.
Yep. I did. As a matter of fact, I did. All right. And let me see. We did that one. Yeah, we did that one.
Just don't show the lawn care guys again. Yeah, I thought that stuff was so cool. Just like you don't see a lot of like artsy stuff like that nowadays. Like the skill level of people is not there like it used to be. So when you see stuff like this, it's just really super sweet. You know, like the Victorian age when like there would be like wood carvings and houses and stuff and everything would be so fancy and ornate.
Right.
It's like that's what it reminded me of.
Yeah.
You'd have newel posts, you know what those are, like on the staircase at the bottom. I mean, we had one at our old house. The house was built in 1864 and it was like an acorn. It was like really cool and carved. And I mean, stuff like this. We even went into a what do they call them? Bed and breakfast. We went to a bed and breakfast over by Dubuque, and they had, I think it was like probably 15 bedrooms in the house. It was a mansion, but they had super, super ornate artwork, like carvings and everywhere in the whole house. It was just really sweet. And I thought of this.
Yeah, that's incredible. All right.
That would be the perfect tool for like cleaning trails up. Just driving by and just zipping everything right off.
Definitely. Wow.
Or around power lines and stuff where you don't want vegetation growing.
Yep. That would be cool.
Just don't put your finger in there.
Yeah. So, all right. So that's it for this and that. And actually, I think that's it for everything that we got for this week. So,
yep.
Can you think of anything else you want to add?
I finally got a few of the logos back for the shirts, so I'm going to start processing that stuff this week when I get a chance, and then hopefully have some of that merchandise start popping on the Shopify store, and hopefully get some coffee mugs and stuff like that up there too. So like I said, I'll get everything up there rolling before Thanksgiving. So if you guys want to start getting Christmas presents for people, or if you just want to buy Christmas presents for yourself, we'll have some different stuff up there too. So I will post when all that stuff comes live. It'll take just a little bit. Just be patient. I've been very patient with the guy designing the logos and stuff, like a month patient, and I finally got stuff done. So I think you guys will like it. Little bit of a resemblance on some of the pictures, so
Okay. Yeah.
they're probably going to sell really good. And if you wear them, everybody is going to tell you how handsome you look in that shirt. That's what they're going to tell you. They're just going to be like, man, that is just a handsome looking dude. That's what they're going to say.
Definitely. Okay, so obviously we're doing this on Sunday night. We did it a little bit earlier. We're talking about changing it up to a different night and different times. Let us know if you think Sunday nights at 7:00 is a good time for you, or just let us know what you think, and we'll play around with that a little bit to see when would be a great time to have the Wrench and Ramble show. So
yeah, we even floated around some nights during the week, but I mean, we got to see if our schedules will work. And I mean, usually Saturday or Sunday is the best night for us, but if we can try to make stuff happen and get some more you guys tuning in and viewing, just drop a comment. If you guys are watching this video after the fact, drop a comment what would be a good time for you guys to tune in, and then we'll sift through that and see if we can make some of that stuff happen. So
yeah. So all right, well, hey, thanks for watching. We'll be back next week, and we'll have some new stuff for you. And we just appreciate you, and so have a great night.
Yeah, thanks for tuning in, guys.
See ya.